everyone, this is your astrologer and tarot reader Shravanthi, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about a very important topic which I actually saw in the net. A lot of people asking these types of questions, so I wanted to put on videos so that people get a better view about how to view this, how it is really taken into consideration in astrology and all that. So today's topic is, how does the planets Rahu Ketu impact each and every planet? Okay, so when I started learning astrology when I was around 16 or 17, my guru, he gave me a book called the Navagraha Purana. So it was a really interesting book for those who have interest in all this mythology and all. You can also buy the book, the Navagraha Purana book. It is actually available online. So in this mythology, why I want to quote this book is because it specifically tells us about the story of how the planets Rahu Ketu was born and how it had conflicts with various other planets and how it is being described as a whole. Okay, so this planet Rahu Ketu is considered to be the most malefic of the planets according to the Vedic astrology. Okay, I don't want to come into the argument of Rahu is a good planet. No, that I don't want to come. So this Rahu and Ketu is in Western astrology, it's also called as the dragon head and the dragon tail. So this planet is considered to be the most malefic planets, and there is also a slogan or the proverb in Tamil which says Sigiyodu ever seinum Teivar, that is those planets which come and stay along with Rahu Ketu, the planet's power actually starts to dissolve. That is, the Teivar means it will start dissolving. So that is why when a particular person's horoscope, a lot of planets are there with Rahu Ketu, even if the placement of planets is in, say, 9th house or 10th house or 5th house, even if it is there in the good house, it is generally considered to be very negative. That is because of the quality of Rahu and Ketu. So this video I'm going to talk in depth about how the Rahu Ketu's impact is over various planets. Okay, so this Rahu Ketu's primordial enemy, if you see, that is, if you take according to the Puranas and according to the Vedic astrology, it is supposed to be the sun and the moon. That is why eclipse itself happens. So in the mythology it said that eclipse is a fight between Rahu Ketu and sun and moon. So Rahu and Ketu will swallow sun and moon, so that is why we have eclipse. So that is the mythical logic they had, that is the ancient logic. So that is why generally when Rahu Ketu is along with the important planets of sun and moon, it causes most damage. Especially sun and the moon will affect the soul and the mind of a person. Sun is governing the soul and moon will be governing your mind, your emotions. So I have seen a few examples of how this has affected a lot of people. Recently there was a person who wanted to do a reading with me, and he said, I am facing a lot of hallucinations. I have a lot of people who come and talk to me. I feel somebody is always talking to me. I felt really weird and I checked his horoscope. He had moon with Ketu. Then I said, no, you have affliction in your horoscope, you have to do remedies, otherwise this type of mental problem will continue in your life. Though the person did not understand what I was telling, this is a classic example of sun and moon with Rahu and Ketu, that is the soul and the mind of the person will get afflicted. The variations in the affliction depends upon the degrees. Suppose in sun and Rahu or sun and Ketu are in very close degrees, then the affliction will be more severe. If it is in the 6th or the 8th, then it will be more severe. I cannot say that everybody will be psychiatric, but it is a sign that the moon, if afflicted with Rahu Ketu, can cause sort of emotional disturbances. So the main thing is the sun and moon with Rahu Ketu. Many people, recently I also had another client who said, I want to go for government job. I said, sorry sir, your son is with Ketu. I don't know if you can go to government job. He was so stubborn. He said, no, I'm writing exams. I really want to get into government job. I don't know. It has been more than 2 years since he did the reading. Again, he came and asked me before few months whether I would get a government job. I said, stop trying for government job. Your son is very weak. And a lot of other calculations showed that it is really not possible for him to get a government job. So these kind of Rahu Ketu afflictions actually it actually absorbs the entire 90 to 80% of sun's powers, so which can afflict various other aspects, like the relationship with the father can get affected, power positions in their office or in their career will get denied. So many things are there to analyze when Rahu Ketu is with one particular person. Now, which planets, if Rahu Ketu is with, will affect the material and the other aspects of life? Rahu with Saturn is generally considered to be a not good combination for somebody's career. You know that Saturn is the Udyoga Karaka, that Karaka for work. In Nadi astrology and even in the normal astrology, if you have Sun Rahu, Sun Ketu, generally your career will have a very slow takeoff. There will be a lot of blocks, there will be a lot of disturbances in the career. So generally for those people, I'll advise them to do the Sarpa Shanti Puja. And the results might vary. Again and again I'm telling you, this is a generalized view. It can vary according to your Lagna, the placement of Saturn and Rahu or Saturn and Ketu from the Lagna, the Dasa Bhukti, and the degrees of the closeness of Rahu or the Ketu with the other planet. All this will vary. If you want precise prediction, take an astrological consultation. Don't see videos or don't read books. Take your horoscope and analyze. Don't do this mistake at all. You can understand, you can grasp knowledge, but if you want to do a thorough professional reading, you need professional help. It's like, typing your symptoms of the body in Google, and the Google will suggest something like you have cancer or TB. You cannot rely on that type of source to have a professional consultation. So the thing is, Saturn with Rahu will generally affect somebody's career. Saturn with Venus or Rahu with Venus, Rahu with Mars, Rahu Ketu with Venus and Mars will generally affect marriages. So I have seen a lot of married lives getting lot of disturbances because the boy will have Rahu Ketu with Venus and the girl will have Rahu Ketu with Mars. So they'll deny that and get married, and invariably they will face some kind of an issue in life. So this is very, very important to look when you are going to get married. This Rahu Ketu with Venus and Mars is generally considered to be a negative combination. So please do remedies. I am not saying don't get married at all, but please do remedies. The most important thing is Rahu Ketu with Jupiter. Actually saying in Nadi astrology, they say Guru is actually the Lagna, and if you put the Lagna position as Guru and read the entire horoscope, the karmic point of our life will get revealed. So my Guru always used to say, if somebody's horoscope does not show the exact signs of why they are suffering, read the horoscope from Jupiter, from various aspects of Jupiter like Navamsa Jupiter, Dasamsa Jupiter, you will understand. So Jupiter with Rahu Ketu, generally I will say that the person's morality and ethical value will be very low. The discretion between the good and the bad, dharma and adharma, will not be there for the person. This has even happened to one of my close family friends, and that boy, I cannot blame him because as a young boy, he never knew what he was doing was wrong, and it continued till he finished his college, and his parents were very worried. He's doing something, he's not understanding what he's doing, whether it is good for him or bad for him. I said no, he does not have that discretion. You have to do remedies, otherwise he will not understand it. And when Jupiter is with the Rahu Ketu, proper guidance, proper light, the path in which they have to travel for their life will not unveil. So the Rahu Ketu with Jupiter is actually, to my knowledge, one of the most detrimental combinations. If you see this 1990 horoscopes, I have seen 1990 and 1991 early times, all the people will have Saturn, Ketu and Guru Rahu. Saturn, Ketu in Makara, Jupiter, Rahu in Kataka. And I when I read this year's horoscope, if I ask one single question, they will say yes. I will say you will not be able to settle in the career, nor you will get the proper guidance to move in the next part of your life. They'll say, how are you saying like this, ma'am? That is because these two combinations will be very, very detrimental. These two important planets, Jupiter and Saturn, is with Rahu, Ketu. Generally, the settling down of life will become very, very difficult. Like this again, keep on explaining how this Rahu, Ketu affects a lot of people. But what I would like to say is very, very simple. If you understand that a certain person has certain afflictions, you cannot throw them out, you cannot reject them, you cannot say you are dead or something, but you have to use the remedies. I have had examples of people with the most afflicted horoscope. In few videos before itself, I have spoken of a person born in the year 1962. I still remember, after 5 to 6 years, I still remember the horoscope because the person has 8 or 7 planets with Rahu, Ketu in Makara, and it is my guru said the worst horoscope I've ever seen is all the planets with Graha Yuddha, all the planets in combustion, same degrees, and Sun, Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu, all the planets were in Makara. When you can put and see this 1962 period was actually a very tough period. Lot of planets got conjoined, and even 2019 December 6 to 8 planets came in Dhanur with the close call of Rahu, and that is the time when the coronavirus started. If you just check 2019 December around 8th or 10th till 25th, if you see, a lot of planets would have been in Dhanur. So please understand that you cannot just run away from the problem, but you have to stand and face it, and only remedies can be the light to your life. I'm not promoting remedies just superstitiously. We have remedies which have really worked out in the life. I've given so many success stories. It is not fake. The success stories are not fake. It has really happened. Otherwise I would not be giving so much of details in the success stories. Until today, you can come to our center, our puja center, and see so many people will give puja on small issues because they have so much of faith that this problem will get solved just by doing remedies. So this is the impact of Rahu, Ketu on different planets. You can also open and check the 2019 horoscope, and you coincide with the disaster of the pandemic beginning, it will be correct, it will coincide. That is why it's called COVID-19 also. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and also share this video because it's the most important video which I have spoken till now, and I want each and everybody to get the knowledge of astrology, at least to have a self understanding of how astrology works in the real life. Thank you.